Okay, apps. Now this is where we can add in all of our additional apps for all of our different social media. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever. So if I click on add an app, it's going to take me to the App Center, and here we go. We've got 4 pages of different social media platforms. I don't expect everybody to be a member of every one of these because it's a lot to contend with. However, I've gone over many of these, such as Google+, obviously Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Tumblr, Instagram. So it's very easy to set this, because anytime that you want to add one of your social media links to another platform, all you have to do is log in. So if we click on add Twitter, all I do is put in my information for Twitter, which is my username and my password. So your username is typically just your Twitter handle, whatever it may be. So when you add apps, this is how it will appear. Okay, I have my Twitter, my Facebook, my Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. If you're using YouTube and you're posting videos, it's a really good way of getting more exposure by adding your YouTube channel to your homepage of about.me. So when we're looking at apps, so it's the same thing when you're doing Facebook. If you want to log in, if you want a Facebook icon or button on your about.me page, then you have to log into Facebook. Same thing as logging into Instagram. And just adding that information, people are going to be able to go to directly to your Facebook or your Twitter. If I click on Twitter, these are all my tweets. All the tweets that I've tweeted, people that I've followed. Same thing with my Facebook. I click on here. It shows all of my friends, my Instagram account, my LinkedIn account, and of course YouTube. So that's how this will appear in these tabs. Okay, so people can watch my videos, they can share my videos, so they can go to all of my different social media, whatever that social media may be. Now again, you can add others. Okay, I stopped just short of YouTube, but again, you can come in here to Google+, you can add Tumblr, Flickr. So they've done a pretty good job about putting the most commonly used social media platforms on here. Again, some of the best ones to use are Instagram, because if you have a new listing, you want to put that in as many places as possible. And the good thing about your Instagram account is it's all throttled by images and video. Facebook, like I'm about to put my Google Apps on here. So Google Apps, I'm sorry, Google+, my Google Plus account. So now my Google Plus is on here. So these are the ones that I have, because these are the ones that I actually use almost on a daily basis. I'm always adding video, typically once a week, so I want that on there. That also shows on my Google Plus account. I'm on LinkedIn at least once a day connecting with people. Instagram I'm posting. Facebook, it automatically connects with my Facebook and my Twitter account. So whenever I post an image on Instagram, it automatically goes to my Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, and Flickr. Those are all different social media platforms. Now, Flickr and Tumblr aren't used a whole lot. So probably the more apps that you put on here, probably the more connections and compliments that you can drive. Again, driving exposure. But that's how you add apps. I mean, if you're only using a few, you only have a few that you're signed up with, and obviously there's only going to be a few that you're going to be able to put on here. Think of it as a Pinterest for people. Let's finish this up, and then I'm going to show you a neat little trick. Featured content can either be like, a blog or a YouTube video, or if you want to put in other links, you can put in what would probably be your most important thing to put in here. Your website, your web address, okay? You want to make sure that people are able to find you online. I know there's a lot of people out there using other websites, and that's totally fine, but you want to make sure that you're also putting in your Remax address, web address, if you have one. That way you can send people directly to that website and hopefully generate new business. Again, that's why we're always trying to expose ourselves online as much as possible, is so that you can expose yourself to as many possible opportunities as you can possibly imagine. So yeah, then after that you can put in your virtual tour listings, a listing website, whatever. You're allowed to put in a lot of different links here. So you want to put as much in here as possible that you think would drive business. So if you have several listings, put in your listing links. If you have multiple websites, put in your multiple domains, because that's how you're going to be able to put this in front of a lot of people. Okay, especially if you have a lot of listings right now, you want to get those as much exposure as possible. Okay, drive traffic. Okay, contact information. Now, obviously, this is completely up to you. Sometimes people have problem putting a lot of personal information on here, and I don't disagree with that. If you want to use it in a business capacity, then I recommend putting in a business line, even if it's just your office. If you don't want to use your personal, your cell, then don't use it. Address here, I wouldn't put in my home address just because I'm like that, but you could put in your business address. okay, where you want people to be able to locate your business if they ever wanted to meet you for an appointment. So fill that contact info out as you see fit, depending on how you want people to get a hold of you. So these settings will allow you, whenever you're complimenting somebody, if you send a compliment to somebody, so if you like somebody's page, okay, you're going to have these choices. You can add them to the favorites. You can say, this is an awesome bio, I'm impressed, great page. So you can actually suggest those, and they're going to, whenever they receive that comment, they can see whichever one of these that you clicked on, telling them that, hey, you have an awesome page, or hey, that's a great page. So if you want to choose which ones you can send and which ones you want to turn off, just uncheck any one that you don't want to use. Again, a compliment is the same as endorsing somebody. It means you like them, or you like their page, or you like what they do, or you like what they've done. Same with share. You can share somebody's profile, and I can share on LinkedIn, through email, Twitter, Facebook, and I can probably do it through Google Plus too, since I just recently added that. If I added my Pinterest account, I could share through Pinterest. Okay, so depending on how you want to share this is up to you, or if you only want to be able to email, you can uncheck everything and just leave email open. Okay, email, you can display email me button. If you don't want people to email you directly from this page, turn that off. Promote. If you click on learn how, this is how you can figure out how you can promote this page online to others. So one of the easiest ways to do this is adding a signature to your email. I select this signature, Control C, and I click on signature and I click on new. I can build myself a brand new signature that's going to have that link, so whenever somebody clicks on it, it just takes them directly to my About Me page. Your social media is on there. Your contact information is on there. So it's a place where all of your information is stored. It's About.me is, they're trying to be a one-stop shop for social media. So if you look at it, anything that you want to be on this page, whether it's your email, whether it's your social media, whether it's your website or your listing URL, it's a place where you can send everybody where they can get everything they need to know about you, where they can connect with you on your social media, connect with you through here, they can compliment your page, they can get to your LinkedIn account, they can get to your website, they can email you, they can get your phone number if you have it on there, your office information. So it's just a one-stop shop that you control that has all the information you would want an opportunity, lead, contact, client to know about. Now, okay, so a lot of times what they're going to do is suggest. So if I go to my home page, suggest information. So this person viewed me, so if I want to view them, I click on view, and now I get to learn a little bit more about this person who was viewing me and whether or not I want to connect with this individual. You can also discover by clicking on discover, so you can search for people. You can either click on featured, so these are people that are being featured by About.me for whatever reason, and popular. So anybody or people or places that are getting popular or getting a lot of compliments, you can view their platforms or their pages to see if you want to connect with them or send them a compliment. And of course, inviting a friend. Now this is where you would probably want to invite your contacts, your clients. And when you do this, you can invite them by Twitter, invite them by Facebook, invite contacts directly, or by email. So if we click on invite contacts, okay, there's my email address. So this would go out to all of my email contacts that I had in this email account. Invite by email, you can just type in somebody's specific email address and send them a link to join About.me, or at least to join your page. So it's pretty easy to use. It doesn't have as many moving pieces as some of the other social media networks out there, and I think that they designed it that way specifically because you can integrate other social media networks in there. So they wanted to try to make it as easy as possible. You just set up a little bio. You put in a background picture, you put in a little backstory, you put in whatever social media networks you want to use, and then you start inviting people to come and view your page. So if I go back to my home page, there is an area called Create Backstory. Backstory is the best way to set yourself apart professionally. So this is where you can actually focus on your professional area of this. So if we click on Take a Tour, it's going to show you step by step how to create a backstory. Backstory sections. Each section on your backstory has a toggle button that allows you to hide or unhide your content. This is all right here. Okay? Show backstory off or on. What you can also do is change the color of this by manipulating these color sections right here. Okay, so we can turn this on if we want to show our backstory. If we're in the process of building it, obviously we can keep it off. Select the image button above to select a different color scheme. So that's what this is up here for. So you choose this image button, and that allows different color schemes to be brought up, and that way you can change the color of your website. So your heading can be something, an inspirational quote or something that you believe in strongly or something that you create all on your own. Okay, it's just something to be intriguing to somebody who might be interested in reading more about you after looking at a heading. So you're obviously able to change that information whenever you want. And you can see this little shuffle box right here, this little shuffle arrow. You're just able to scroll through different ones that they have preset for you, and you're able to determine if you want to use these or if you want to come in and possibly change something else on your own. It shows at the bottom of your page. So you see down here it says backstory. Whenever I click on that, it takes somebody directly to my backstory. What is your latest role? Okay, which company? How long have you been there? What were your responsibilities and achievements? Okay, so this is your work here history. So again, this is where you get to expand a little bit more on who you are as a professional. That's what the backstory is for. You're able to enter in this information. Again, you don't have to do it right now. This is just more of a tutorial, walking you through step by step what to put in. Okay, your skills and expertise. What are you good at? Okay, what is your most crowning achievement in the position that you're in now or previous positions? Education. Where were you educated? Did you go to college? Did you go to a tech institute or professional links? Use this to link to your work with other websites, okay? So this allows you to put in other web addresses. If you have a portfolio or a blog, that's where you want to put this information. And again, then you can preview this information and then publish. So this information won't be shown until you say so. Okay, so you can make all these changes, and once you're finished, that's when you turn it on. And then anytime you want to change this information, you just click on edit, and then that's when you just start changing this information. If I go to my photo, what I can do, there is a tiled picture there that pulls information from my Instagram account. Okay, so if I click on Instagram, see how it says create a tiled background? It's going to create a background of a mosaic of your photos that you have in your account. So this mosaic would be all of my Instagram accounts. Or if I go to Facebook, I could create a tile with all of my Facebook pictures. Okay, so it's actually pretty cool. So if I go to Instagram and I click on create my background, there it is. Okay, so if you want to have a more in-depth background rather than just one photo, okay, there's my cats, it's a concert, okay, there's Alice Cooper. So, I mean, I was just able to extract that without really doing anything because I have about.me integrated with my Facebook account. So this might be more for a personal account, whereas if I come in here to edit page, go to photo, go to my saved, I can throw it back to, something more like this. So it just depends on how you want it to look. If you want it to be more professional, obviously pulling in your personal Facebook account may not be the way to go. Something more like this, that's, Southern California sunset. We're all here selling Southern California properties, so this could be a lot more conducive for me if I were a real estate agent. Okay, or show a listing that I had just sold. Or maybe one of the luxurious properties I've ever sold, or my current listing. Since this information can be changed at a whim, you could probably never get bored of just changing out this information anytime you want to change it to a listing or something going on in your market area, especially if you have a lot of listings. So if let's say you have a listing and you've got 36 pictures, I could create a tiled background of all of my listing photos if I uploaded them. Okay, so if I have a really nice house, I can upload all my pictures from that house, the outside, the inside, the backyard, the views, and my whole tile would just be that one listing. It's just an idea. You can get a little bit creative with this because obviously you can pull up photos directly from your computer, from your Instagram account, from your Facebook account, and then it's going to show all of your saved photos that you've uploaded, so then you can play around with it. Okay? And you can even position it. Left align, center align, right align, fit to window, or fill window. Okay, so you're not really pigeonholed on what you can and can't do with this because they give you a lot of freedom to customize your website to discover people. This is probably going to be your biggest way to get a hold of people. Find people that you find might be interesting. So if you want to invite people you want to click on invite your friends, and then there's your link, and then invite contacts. This is definitely what you'd want to do. So if I created an account with my Gmail account, and then I click on invite contacts, this is the email account that they're going to use. So if I click on continue, it's going to help locate any friends that I have by logging in to my Yahoo account. And they would say, hey, all these email addresses of people already on about.me, and it'll allow me to either extend an invite to them or invite people who aren't even on it yet, because just like creating a lead on our Remax websites, the email address is the unique identifier. So they're going to be able to search these email addresses to see if any of them already have an account, and if they're not, they can say, hey, invite these people to join about.me. So if you're looking to invite people, you have to have either an MSN, a Gmail, so I'll put in an email address that doesn't work, just so you can see this. So if you have one, please try a Gmail, Yahoo, MSN, Hotmail, Outlook, or AOL email address. So it looks like it doesn't shrink down to smaller domains. Okay, just because most of the people out there are using these, they figure that that would be the best way to pull that information. So it probably has something to do with their internal software. Maybe it doesn't connect with email addresses that are small, or hopefully that might change in the future. But what you can do, if you don't want to do it that way, all you have to do is copy this link and then go into your database and just shoot that out to everybody you know. Okay, because this is your invite link right here. So you could put this in a drip system. Okay, that goes out to everybody. You could post this directly to Facebook, to Twitter, whatever you want to do. That way your audience can see that they can click on that link and go directly there to view your about.me page. So I'm going to tweet this. Boom. It's tweeted. So it looks like they don't have a bulk upload section at this time. You can invite people one by one if you want. You can invite people by Facebook, or you could use this link and send it out to everybody you know. So you could send this to everybody on your Remax exec's email. So there's always a workaround. Unfortunately, right now, there is an app, but it's only for iPhones and iPads. It's only for iPhones and iPads. But if you do want to have this mobile, and you do have an iTunes account, you do have an iPhone or an iPad, you are able to download this and have it on your mobile device, as long as it's an iOS device.